George Sparks, president of Denver Museum of Nature and Science, and Tony Garcia, managing artistic director of El Centro Su Teatro, talk about the business side of culture.
So the thing that people always ask me is what's different about running a business and running a nonprofit museum. And I'll have to say I was really surprised that there's really not much difference at all. At the highest level in a business, you worry about enriching shareholders and increasing their value. And in a nonprofit, you have the mission of the organization. But literally everything below that is identical. You still have to have budgets and objectives and people issues, and everybody has to have a bottom line, whether you're a nonprofit or a for-profit business. The museum is it's a scientific educational institution fundamentally. We have 400 employees and 1,600 volunteers. Our annual budget is about $32 million, depending upon the year. We generate about $500,000 in sales tax revenue.
Our mission is to build our whole community, is to develop our entire community, to move them forward. And so that's a long-term kind of an objective. It's not just about one art piece. One of the long-term goals is hopefully that we could create an actual theater row where people can actually come and see a variety of theater. They know I'm going to go into this area for theater. It involves really changing the culture, developing a culture based around art and all the ecosystems that are connected with it. At El Centro Su Teatro, we've always considered ourselves somewhat of a community development agent. It doesn't just come in with us. People come in to see our programs. They'll come in and they'll go to the restaurants in the neighborhood. They'll go to the taverns in the neighborhood. They'll also buy art in the neighborhood. And also, people from that neighborhood will have the opportunity to participate in the work that we're doing there as well.
The museum is not a standalone institution. We're part of the economic ecosystem of the Denver area. For example, we outsource our janitorial service here. We have a wonderful team that does that, and it's a considerable expense for it. This is a very large building, 500,000 square feet. We have probably 5 people around the clock here keeping this building safe and clean for the local visitors. We do a lot of advertising, so the newspapers and the media, we buy a lot of advertising from them, supplies, equipment, computers, all of the things that a normal business would buy, we also buy. So in that respect, we're no different than Quest or Safeway.
The new facility will be called Su Teatro Cultural and Performing Arts Center. It's a multi-million-dollar project, the biggest project that we've ever been involved with. In addition, we think that the new facility will become the Latino cultural arts facility in the city. It'll allow us to actually build something that we all can take pride in, that we can all draw to. And it won't only produce Latino arts, so it'll be producing a lot of different things, because there's no way that Su Teatro itself can produce all the programming for that. So we expect that what we'll be doing is drawing from a lot of different sectors, providing opportunities for other artists to then come and create economic growth as well.
In 2006, the Denver Museum of Nature and Science was blessed to host Body Worlds. It was the third largest exhibition ever to appear in this museum. We had 688,000 people attend that exhibit in 4.5 months. Nearly 20% of those people came from outside the Denver metro area. Our attendance this year will be about 1.5 million, so that's 300,000 people that came to this museum because of Body Worlds and the other exhibits that we put on this year. That's a considerable economic benefit to the local area.
The biggest thing it affects, the biggest thing that it reflects, is how we see ourselves and what type of a community do we see ourselves as a community that has value, that finds value in all of its residents and shares that value with everyone else.